oftentimes when people express themselves and share their experiences, they'll share the positive, the success stories. And even when they go through difficult times, they will wait until the difficult times yield some positive results, or when they become successful, to share the part about how, oh yeah, I went through all this tough time. I was slipping, whatever. I lost all my money, but then I kept going and I eventually became successful, and that's when the story is told. Rarely do people actually come and tell the story in the middle of it, while they're going through the difficult times, or even at the end, if the end is not a successful ending, or a beautiful ending. I think what that does to us is that it gives us the impression that that if you keep going, if you work hard enough, that you will just make it. It gives us this illusion that that eventually it works out always. But it doesn't. It doesn't always work out. And I wish more people would share the stories that didn't work out. Because as much as we want to encourage people to try and to keep pushing and keep doing, we also want to prepare them for the reality that it may not work, and that is okay. And that's what I want to do, right? I want to share more of the things that didn't work. Like in my marriage, that didn't work. In my businesses, that didn't work. In my professional world, that didn't work. My family, my friendships, even my thinkings, my projects. Now, there's a lot that worked, but I want to talk about the things that did not work as I thought it was going to work. Maybe I might eventually work. It might eventually work, but I want to talk about the present and how I made plans. I worked really hard. I gave it all I had and didn't achieve what I thought I was going to achieve. And that's real. That's the real world. That's life. That could happen. And I think it's important that we have those conversations, because part of success for me is not necessarily making it to the promised land. It's learning the journey there. And to me, even if I can get halfway to the promised land and I can share with other people the road to get halfway there, then they only have to find a way to do the other half. And to me personally, that's success, right? That's success for us. And it's important to me. So on this channel, I will be sharing those failures, lessons, you call them whatever you want. But more importantly, the lessons that I learned from them and the things that I would do differently next time that I am in those particular situations, to try to give myself better chances of success. And like I always said, I am not an expert in any of these things. I am not a business expert. I am not a relationship expert. In fact, I know for a fact today that whatever I say in 5 years, I will probably think my mindset would have evolved on it, and I'm okay with it. I know what I know now, given my experience, and I will share that, and I'm okay with learning as I go and growing. I accept it. So I hope that you guys can pick one or two things from there. I encourage you to ask questions, to make suggestions, to challenge my thinking. I think altogether, if we do this, then we all grow. And individually, I may not, or we may not achieve some specific goals that we have, but by sharing our knowledge and experiences, we all achieve growth. And that, God said, that ultimately gets us closer to the promised land. On that, and I know a lot of people are asking me, are wondering about, but what about Skyview? What about Skyview? Where are we with that? Yes, I will talk about Skyview. It's been a very long journey. A lot has happened. We haven't talked about it much in the past year, but we will, and that's coming. So, until next time.